Alright guys, so one of my coworkers came to me the other day, said, "Chris, you fix things. My mower won't go." She says it'll mow, but it won't go. This is a self-propelled deal. As you can see by the two handles, it does mow and go. This is a PowerSmart. I don't know anything other than that. I've already figured out our issue, but before we figure it out, let me show you what I mean by it mows, but it won't go. This is a PowerSmart 200cc. If I find any distinguishing factors as far as model number and whatnot, I will post it. But as far as I know, it's just a PowerSmart. But let me show you what I mean by it mows but won't go. So if you could tell in the video, the blade, which is on top, did work. It also cut off when I let go of that. Works great. The mover back and forther, this guy here, I'm sure it's got a name, but mover back and forther sounds correct, did not do anything. Now let's take a look at the cable here, because there is a little cable. It is on, and you can, I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, you can see the slack in it, and then it leaves, and then it gets taut. So I don't think it's my cable to my mover back and forther. There's got to be another issue. Also, when I first got this thing home, it wouldn't pull. I couldn't pull the pull starter. So I thought, there's got to be another issue. Looked underneath the deck, and there was a big rock or mud or something between the blade and the deck that was just stopping it. So I thought, I bet something underneath this thing has gone wrong. So let's see what's underneath this thing. So here we are on the side. Please take note, you're going to leak fluids if you do this. Keep that in mind. The rock was somewhere around in here-ish. I wonder what else is right about here. Oh, let me look back here. Here's a pulley that's not turning. There's a belt in here that has been kicked off. Let me see if I can show the belt on camera, because I can see it, but that doesn't mean you can. There's the belt. My finger is on it right now. Now we just got to figure out how to get that belt on this pulley so we can get our mover back and forther working again. All right guys, so I went to do a time lapse and decided maybe going top down was a little wrong. Clean this up a little bit, and there's a hole right there where a 10mm bolt or 10mm nut sits. Pulled the 10mm out, and there's two little clips on each side here, and voila, there is our belt right there. So going top down would not have helped at all. If I can get this turned around, you see there is the belt. It's gonna be a two-hand job. There is another pulley in here. Not sure if that's showing up. It's right there. So let me get everything out of the way, show it back. So we got 11/16 right here. See if I can do this one-handed. Maybe I should give it a little more power. There it goes. Come right on out of there. Get the blade out the way. Does this come off? Yes, it does. There's our belt. Looks good. Not broken. Let's get it back on. I'm gonna do my very best to capture all this on video. Got my belt here that is still together. I'm gonna put it here on what we would call the rear end. If I was working on a car, get that up there. It does move a little bit. Now let's work it on there. There's no like pulley, which is, or I should say like tensioner or nothing, which is concerning. It's gonna take a little bit of muscling. Let me get a screwdriver. No, nothing on it. Got it there. Here we go, get it again. Come on up. There it is, there it is. Work it around. Work it around. There it is. Just gotta get the screwdriver out. Blah-da! Woo! I hope the camera captured all that. Woo! Heavens. Right, so now that our belt back on there, feels secure. Let's get our little cover. I'm not sure if that's picking up. It's got like 2 little tabs in there. Sort of line them up. That was fantastic. I just kicked that bolt back through the bottom. Put your thing back on there, your little cover there. That appears to be lined up. Our guy here, I'm not sure if you can see, there's a little gap there. The same gap there. Be sure you line that up, or that's not going on there the way it should. Once we get that on there, our blade goes on there. Now if you look, there's 2 raised places. The blade fits in those 2 raised places. Let me do that without the bolt. Like so. Ta-da! Is that picking up? Ta-da! Let me see if I can do this one-handed. Bah. Sort of. Alright, what you're going to want to do is get this back in there tight, but also hold the blade as well, because if the blade turns while you're bolting this down, what you're actually doing is rotating the engine, and you're not going to get things tight. So I'm going to wrestle this with 2 hands. I'm going to feed the bolt back through here. I'll show you where it's at once I get this tight. I'm going to feed the bolt back through here and bolt it down. And then we're going to check, see if the go back and forth works. So here's the bolt that goes in the top. It's quite a little thing. I'm going to do this off camera because I've dropped it like, I think 3 times now. If you look right behind, underneath your gas filler, right behind the gas tank, right behind the motor, there's a little square. And you just sort of feed it in through there. Now if you look, there's square sides underneath the round. Put it in there. If I can get it in there. You got to line it up on the bottom as well. This is sort of why I keep dropping it down. Finally loaded it up, got it lined up in there. I'm gonna bolt this up off camera because like I said, I've dropped this 3 times now. I don't think I have the coordination to have a camera and get this tight. So let me get that tight and then we're ready to try it. Okay, take note before you do your first fire up. You've just turned this thing over and over and over and over and over. So your oils, your gases, there's no coolant, but you know, your fluids mixed up in there a little bit. You may want to give them an old checkaroo. Make sure you've still got fluids in there. Oil on this particular model is here. Gases is of course right there. Be sure you got fluids in there. You don't want to get this old girl started and it ain't got nothing left in it. Check your fluids first. Now let's give this thing a go. Let's see if it works. Okay, I hope you can hear me because the motor's running. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my handle and I'm gonna power brake this thing so it'll spin the tires. Here we go. I hope that's picking up. Oh, there we go. All right, well, we had a pretty successful go with this. Cost us $0 in parts. We was able to fix this for somebody at work who definitely needs to mow the grass. Can't not mow your lawn. Hope you're able to fix it yourself if you have a similar issue. Thank you much.